What's up everyone, I'm Kevin, TRT veteran. Before we get started, if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And for those of you who are military, go ahead and comment what branch you were in. And if you're a civilian, let me know also down in the comment section. Alright guys, so the reason for this video is bringing a subject to light here. Something I hold very near and dear to my heart. I've been doing this process now for a couple of years, or almost a couple of years now, and I'm now in a comfortable place. I feel that I can talk about it and kind of share my story and my struggles along the way. It is testosterone replacement therapy. Now we're going to go into a bunch of that in future videos. This is kind of just an introduction of who I am and how I got started. So here's kind of an intro to my life and my story and what got me on this path. I was in the infantry in the Marine Corps from 2008 to 2012. At that time, I was young, fresh out of school, fresh out of high school. I was at the utmost peak of my physical and mental performance.
Here I'm dropping in some photos of my time in the military.
Everybody knows Marines, meanest, toughest guys on the earth. However, shortly after I got out in 2012, I noticed I very rapidly started declining, both mental and physically. No longer the sharpest tack. I became extremely antisocial. It was hard integrating back into civilian life after I got out. As many of y'all probably understand exactly what I'm going through, or I was going through. I basically had a set routine. It was all go to work, come home, fire up the Xbox, crack open a beer, bottle of whiskey. I drank constantly. I ate constantly. So due to my lifestyle, I began to gain weight rather rapidly. As I mentioned, I became antisocial, stayed to myself. Just overall hard time fitting in with the general public. Essentially, I lacked motivation to hit the gym, to exercise, really do much of anything. I found myself taking several sleeping pills or drinking myself to sleep every night just to be able to sleep. And that was my routine for 5 years. So what happened in that 5 years? That 5 years, I ended up gaining 120 pounds. Luckily, I met my wife. She ended up dragging me to a ton of doctors. So over 2 years, we went to a ton of specialists, several appointments, and being 29, nobody thought, and neither did I nor my wife would have thought, to test hormones. We have learned a lot in this last 2 years, and my goal with this video and many videos to come along with this channel is to help as many people as I can, veteran or civilian, along their way and to get on the right path. Hormone imbalances are prevalent in today's world. 1 in 4 men have low testosterone. Per my wife and I's own research, we've discovered that it is significantly higher in veterans. People in the military are in continuous stress, whether it's being in a foreign land, away from family for extended periods of time, the normal stressors of training or combat. When your body is under continuous stress, raises your cortisol level, which is a vicious circle because that causes your hormones to drop. But you don't have to be in the military to be stressed. What many people don't understand is many things can cause stress on the body, which is not just being in the military and combat, but your diet, eating correctly, not sleeping enough, or over exercising or even under exercising can all cause stress factors on the body. Another cause of low testosterone is PTSD, or traumatic brain injury, or TBI. Almost 80% of men who have PTSD or a TBI have low testosterone. A study says that 42% who have blast-related injuries had hormone imbalance as opposed to a control group. There are many symptoms for low testosterone, and I had several of them, and some of them I didn't even realize I had. Some of the major ones are fatigue, brain fog, loss of focus, increased body fat, depression, not able to sleep, reduced sexual function. So with depression being a major symptom of low testosterone, I want to talk about something that I hold very near and dear to my heart: the suicide rates, especially for veterans. As I said, I hold this very near and dear to my heart. I was in a battalion that caught a lot of press. We had several articles written about us in the New York Times due to the alarmingly high suicide rate for my battalion.
Here are a couple of the articles about my battalion.
Overall, veterans are 1.5 times more likely to commit suicide than civilian counterparts. Post 9/11 veterans between the ages of 18 and 35 have a suicide rate 5 times greater than civilians of the same age group. 30,000 veterans have committed suicide since September 11th, compared to a little over 7,000 that have been killed in combat in that same time frame. Many want to go to the VA for help, but in my experience, it hasn't been great. You wait months to get into to see a specialist, and then a majority of the time they just want to throw pills at the problem, which just that wait time alone can cause significantly more pain and suffering for you, your family, your friends. That's not even talking about what the pills they're even prescribing are going to do to your system, your hormones, your body system. If you're one of the ones that are patient enough to wait until you're seen by one of the doctors at the VA, chances are, once you get there, if you do deny the pills that they try to force down your throat, they're not even going to know the right test to run. They'll probably refuse the test that you want ran. However, if they do run them, there's a good chance that they're going to come back saying you're normal. However, there's a huge difference between normal and optimal. If your levels are low enough that they actually prescribe you testosterone, the dose is probably going to be so low or just low enough to shut off your natural production of testosterone. But civilians, don't think you're in the clear yet, because going to a civilian doctor may not be much better. Most doctors don't know enough about hormones to treat properly. And I'll share my experience with a local endocrinologist in a future video. How many people are suffering because they have incompetent doctors that do not know how to treat their hormones correctly? How many veterans could we have prevented them taking their lives if they would have gotten proper treatment? Many men and women need testosterone treatment, and an even higher number of veterans need testosterone treatment. But how do you get that treatment? I'll be answering these questions in future videos with a little bit more detail. So whether you're a man, woman, veteran, or civilian, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.